Welcome back, and we're here a day early with Michelle and, of course, the firing line. And Michelle, you have lots of questions and announcements. It was a fantastic Memorial Day sale. We helped a lot of people, and, of course, I'm still swamped with consults and emails, but lots of announcements. Go ahead.
Yeah, it was a great sale. Thank you for all your support out there, and I know you're enjoying the supplements, that's for sure, but I do want you to know that the mountain red deer, Bill, we didn't receive it yet. It's out another week.
Do you want to know the reason why?
Sure.
Well, first off, the mountain red deer are from Scotland, and the 100,000 plus acres that they live in the North Island of New Zealand is like the Sandals Resort for red deer, and it was rainier than usual, so they stayed up in the mountain resorts.
Yeah, you did mention that last week, yeah.
And they already did come down. They have had their haircuts. The deer velvet has all been processed. It's going through extra testing because somebody was trying to poison baby food and apparently was mentally ill because he was in protest to them trying to get rid of vermin in the national parks using some kind of traps or something.
What?
And as a result, this because of this, quote, nutter, according to Karen, they had to do extra testing. So it's on its way. It will be here shortly. So it should be here next week.
So there's crazy people everywhere, even New Zealand.
I call them pseudo-environmentalists.
Okay, well, it's great to be here on a different day. It kind of feels funny, Bill, but I might as well tell you what I'm up to, since Bill's not saying anything. I'm heading off to Vegas to catch a show, Beatles live Cirque du Soleil with Kelsey. Kelsey wants to see it. And my friend Lori and her daughter Kayla are going. So the four girls are going to hop in the car and sit in traffic, I've heard, for many, many hours, because it's not the best road in the whole entire country.
Right.
But yeah, we're just going for Friday night, Saturday night, back home on Sunday. Hey, Bill? Gosh knows what time I'll get in on Sunday.
Of course, I'll still be here, holding up the fort, answering consults and.
And you're going fishing with the boys
on a Saturday for half a day on Saturday. Yeah.
So.
Or at least one of the sons. The other guy doesn't head off to Vegas with you guys.
Last I heard, Chris is going fishing too, as well as.
Oh, is he? Okay,
yeah.
Good.
And poor Matthew misses out. Too bad he's all the way up there in Oregon. But say the V.
Flying down for a fishing weekend someday.
So, Bill, I do have lots of questions already. You know I already do by Thursday, so we're good to go.
Uh-huh.
Now, from the telephone, the first question from Andrea from Louisiana. We don't hear from there very often, do we? Louisiana.
I have emails. But the thing is, I sometimes get direct emails because we've had a number of people we've consulted all over the world, and their friends will send me an email.
Yeah, but the people that to call in, there are not many from there. Maybe the people in Louisiana do all their ordering online. Anyways, the question is this: what do you, for me to ask Dr. DEAGLE, what do you think of bentonite clay, or bentonite, whatever that is, bentonite clay?
Bentonite clay is promoted by some people as the wonder detox. Number one, it works only in the bowel. It only works minimally. It can cause diverticulitis and bowel obstruction, so I don't recommend it at all. Yeah. If you want oral detox, you want Keeler Max, and the only acid wash, non-acid wash zeolite in the world are ultra zeolite. The Keeler Max is the best oral detox available for heavy metals. If you want chemicals, you want to be taking NutriDefense, Xenoestrogen Detox and Life Support, and Sam-Ethyl, which will pull out the heavy metals. But it's far superior. It has to go through the entire body, not just part of the bowel. And the danger, especially in the lower bowel, in some people, you'll get diverticular flare-ups or bowel obstruction.
And yeah,
and it's not that effective anyway.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Janie from. Let's see, that's in Ohio. Her daughter has been 40, she's 40 years old, Bill, prescribed lithium. What levels are safe of lithium?
The safe lithium level is the level that we have in Minerals Plus. The very tiny amount of trace and special aspartate form of lithium is fine. But the high dosages they recommend are toxic to mitochondria, and they can actually have depressant effects in the central nervous system and the heart. Okay.
Praise report from La Daisy. I know those are names that I usually don't say because you can pinpoint who it is, right, from Georgia. But she, Bill, started a couple months ago for her hair loss. She was losing hair and thinning on her.
Right.
She's in her early 50s. And she's using Recidivil and Collagen Max. And Also the lumen photon.
Right. Those are the three biggies for hair return.
She's got her hair is growing in like crazy. Apparently, she's all excited. Wants me to say it on the air today.
Wonderful. So that's again the three biggies are Collagen Max, Recidival Hair Tonic on the scalp
and lumen,
twice a day,
was it.
And Lumen Photon. Boom, you're done.
But that was was it.
And you can add, by the way, in some people, Mountain Red Velvet. Open a capsule under the tongue 3 to 4 times a day.
Now here's an interesting question from Patsy. Patsy from Oregon. How does the body detox naturally? And what can you take to enhance that? What is that?
Well, detoxification requires, for chemicals, sulfation, methylation, and glucuronidation of the primary pathways. Life support supports that.
And how does your body do it?
It actually chelates or attaches the chemical. It takes toxins and attaches those groups, glucuronol groups, sulfation groups, or methylation groups. Then it inserts it into your bile, and your bile takes it out in your stool.
Ew.
That's the primary way to get rid of the toxic chemicals. The toxic I'm not sure if I can read your writing there.
Okay.
This is your scribble. I'm trying to.
Okay.
I'll have to catch you on the next break.
I guess what I was trying to say is, okay, I think I got this right. I'm sure Patsy, when people listen to me say their questions, they're like, that's not what I was saying.
Yeah. You should be a doctor. You have a doctor scribble.
It is messy. I can't read my own writing on there, but I just know the body does detox naturally.
Well, you need support. In fact, a generally organic diet is not sufficient. The best things for detox of chemicals is number one.
Yes.
What I can't read. I can't read that.
What?
First, you want to have life support. Number one, xenoestrogen detox to get rid of the xenochemicals. Right. Mm-hmm. Nutridefense. Mm-hmm. And Sem-methyl. Those are the primary detox. And then oral for heavy metals, Kelor Max, and ultra liquid zeolite. Those are the primary ones. And of course, methylation support is Sem-methyl again.
Well, of those ones, I do the life support.
Well, life support's number one. And
to keep it simple, if you can.
Well, if I want to keep it super simple, take life support, Kelor Max, and Bio LVR.
Oh, what was this? Someone sent me about Pepsi. Did we talk about this before? Pepsi is going to remove aspartame.
Yes, but
from their diet.
Dr. Betty Martini, who's got an honorary doctorate, has been the primary warrior against aspartame, and she's recruited a lot of her MD specialists, including myself, who wrote articles for her over the years, and I've had Betty on the show many times. Mm-hmm. Aspartame is very bad, but Splenda will actually cause a recall phenomenon of previously sensitized people to aspartame, and it's almost as bad. When it gets inside your cells, it releases chlorine gas inside your nucleoplasm, and the DNA of your cells get adducted. So Splenda isn't much better. The reason it doesn't have as much press, it'll take us a number. As I talked to the press person for Jeffrey Smith, who's involved with GMO food. Mm-hmm. It's going to take some years to try to convince people how bad Splenda is, but it's also very bad.
Well, actually, what this article says is they're going to replace it, Bill, with sucralose. Sucralose. See? They're going to replace it with sucralose.
Sucralose is just another term for Splenda.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's all toxic garbage. It's the only things safe are things like natural molecules. And we talked about those many times. We have them in our NutriMed products. We have natural molecules that will not cause elevated blood insulin, toxic levels of free radicals, etc., or DNA adducts.
Now, speaking of companies, Chipotle. That's where
Chipotle
Mitzi
Grill
and Christopher love to go.
Chipotle Organic Mexican Grill.
They're not. They've made an announcement. No GMO. They're safe from GMO. I guess Panera Bread is trying to follow the same idea, but they're not quite there yet. They have started removing some things.
Do you know what GMP stands for?
What?
Genetically modified people.
Okay.
If you eat GMO, that's what you become.
Wait, I try not to.
There you go. Back in a minute with Michelle. And welcome back. And Michelle, there's lots more questions. Let's roll.
Yep. We'll start with Gemma. Gemma, C-G-E-M-M-A.
Uh-huh.
Hello, Bill. She says, Bill. She knows you well. She doesn't know you at all. She's not a customer because this is an email.
Ah, okay. Well, but
Hello,
Bill's not
Bill.
even here. He's never been here since he was born. The only one here is Dr. Bill.
Hello. Oh.
Bill died years ago.
I have recently started NutrImeds.
Oh, yeah, good.
I take 3 drops a day for the past 60 days.
Uh-huh.
Is this safe? How many times per year should we take the product?
You can take 5 drops on the back of the tongue twice a day. Take it away 20 minutes away from any food, drink, or vitamins. And it will act as a chaperone to super increase your intracellular and nucleoplasm mineral content and activate and open up your genes to express your total genome.
She goes on to say, I've started getting some gray hair now. I'm 33 next month. Hopefully this will restore it. I've wanted to start your 7 steps to wellness protocols, so I'm looking at products. And I just wanted to say I'm a healthy 32-year-old, maybe hormones slightly out of balance, some unwanted hair, and I have for the first time in my life got some small warts on my right hand.
Yeah, those are basically, you put Nutridyne on, it'll knock them off.
Yes.
By the way, the 7 steps she's talking about, I have to update it. It's a few years out of date. We have a lot of updated products, and that will be updated probably over this weekend.
Yeah, what are
when you girls are
7
off doing
steps? Where are they?
The 7 steps, the first one, of course, is mineralization, which ties in with indium. And if you'd like, I can kind of go over them. I have my little pad here with some of the list of my 7 steps.
I'm reading this, and I think 7 steps to wellness. What is that?
Well, there's 7 different principles in terms of anti-aging, and if you'd like, I can kind of flip through it and find my little notes here.
Just go off the top of your head. You do that all the time.
Well, I want to stay organized, so it's not kind of a version of it. I want to actually use it, so it'll just take a second here, and I will find it.
Do you want me to start?
You can start talking, yeah.
No, I'll start with number 1. We start
Here it is. Number 1, minerals. You want to remineralize the body, so you want to take Vitamin Mineral Max and Minerals Plus. Topically, MG12, but in NutrImeds. But the most important is Vitamin Mineral Max, Minerals Plus, and Life Support, and our products that contain our tracks amino
Because
acid
if you've
minerals.
got 7 steps, you know it would be nice in your 7 steps that
Right.
each of those steps is a product for people.
Or a
that
couple
can
products.
afford it.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do a
Okay.
kind of a core.
Yeah,
So,
do a
mineralization,
core. Number
Vitamin
1.
Mineral Max, Minerals Plus,
That sounds
and
like-
Life Support.
That's 3.
Well, I wanted to know the
Pick
core
one.
products. Oh, 1? Well, that one is Vitamin Mineral Max, Minerals Plus. That's 1.
Because the Life Support has Minerals Plus and Vitamin Mineral Max and
No,
detox.
it doesn't have all of the higher concentrations that it has some in the Life Support. Okay, number 2, detoxification. Again, you mentioned Life Support. Nutri Defense, because it's the most powerful catechin in the world. And I would also say Bio-LVR. You talk about core. Number 3, CNA, del repair, DNA repair, malignant block, ellagic acid, right? Number 4, cell membrane.
Malignant block, I get that in ageless. See, so
Right.
far with my Life Support and ageless, I'm ahead.
Right. Number 4, cell membrane repair, omega fatty acids like omega
Slow
supreme,
down a bit now. Wait now.
cell membrane repair, omega supreme krill, omega cod liver liquid,
Okay, I took
Nutrifos.
cod liver liquid.
Yeah,
So I'm
Nutrifos and Neurogen.
Slow down. Slow down.
Yeah.
Just slow down.
All right.
I'm just seeing what I take in this step.
Yeah.
What number are you on?
Number 4.
Okay, and I've got the
Yeah.
cod liver liquid. Okay.
Yeah, Nutrifos, which is phospholipids, because 75% of your cell membranes are phospholipids,
Keep it
and
quiet.
Neurogen, which is docosahexaenoic acid, algae-based, and of course the omega fatty acids I just mentioned. Right. Number 5 is killing off stealth pathogens in your body and recolonizing your gut. So the first thing I'm going to do is Nutridyne, right? Allison Med, Silver 100,
Okay.
and then and
I've
also
got all those 3.
and aminoglobulins, Nutri-Immune, and then probiotics would be and to kill off your gut also is berberstatin.
I have a question. Slow down a little bit.
Uh-huh.
Nutri-Immune. Are there immunoglobulins in the
Ageless.
In the ageless.
Yes.
So I've got that. Okay.
Yeah, okay. And then probiotics. By the way, there also is a probiotic in the ageless, which is the same as a Roselle 6 strain from Living Probiotic
Oh.
from Paris, from the Pasteur Institute.
Okay.
And then Living Probiotic Ultra, the most powerful probiotic on the planet. Nobody else
You're doing
has
the
it.
core, Bill. The core.
Core
Okay?
is it.
Now people are not going to get the Living Probiotic Ultra. They're just getting the core. They're like
Right.
me. They're trying
Right.
to be like
Now, number 6 is stem cell support.
Bill.
Yeah.
Relax. Relax. Hi.
It means you must be
It's
short
me
of
over
questions,
here.
hey?
No, look at this. Feel those. How many
you have a lot,
questions I have?
okay.
A lot. No, I'm just trying to get you to relax a little bit, because you got to keep in mind the core, and only a couple products.
Okay. Stem cell support.
What number are you on?
Number 6.
Okay.
Stem cell support, Mountain Red Velvet, Collagen Max, right?
I got Collagen Max. Yeah.
Silver 100 because it's very powerful stimulant,
that.
right? Microdose, which is a microdose growth hormone,
Don't take that.
and Myco D2, which is ergothioneine.
Don't take that. So what about if a person like me has 2 out of those?
It's going to help. The most important ones there would be Collagen Max and Mountain Red Velvet.
2 good ones.
Okay,
And the
then
Mountain Red Deer I don't take every day, and of course now I don't have any because we're back ordered.
I have some right on my desk here.
Unfortunately, I know you do, but you come first. Me, I'm second.
No,
I'm second.
I just happen to have a bottle here and a bottle down,
And finally, or what number are we on?
number 7 is mitochondria. Again, Nutrimedical.
Yeah, I take that every day. What else?
VascuCare, which is propionylcarnitine, CoQ10 and CoQ10 ubiquinol, mitochondrial catalyst, and uridine.
What about the cod liver oil?
No, that's cod liver oil is way down in cell membrane repair.
No, but I mean for that last one, what does the last one do again?
And of course, the cell membrane repair also repairs the mitochondrial membrane. Mitochondria basically for your energy production.
And that's
we have
Nutridine.
And we have, of course, D-ribose and ALC 1000, and we're about to add, of course, NADH. There's a big push. It's not expensive product either. And the NADH, along with D-ribose and ALC, will restore your ATP and your NADH level, which are the 2 energy molecules in your cell. Nicotine adenine dinucleotide hydride and adenosine triphosphate.
And can the Nutridine do any of that?
It's a major... generates new mitochondria, helps to convert T4 to T3, and helps to raise ATP and NADH, but these other things are necessary too, like VascuCare, CoQ10 ubiquinol, which is a reserve form, mitochondrial catalyst, and uridine.
Remember with our visitors on the weekend, I won't say their names or anything, but for their privacy, remember she was worried about the veins.
Vein-Away is very important.
Varicose veins. I remember you telling her what to do for those.
Vein-Away and Collagen Max. And ellagic acid is very important for repairing blood vessel walls. So I'd use the ellagic acid, Vein-Away, and also ultrathymine B1. The fat-soluble thiamine is very important for blood vessel repair.
And there is a surgery you can do to get the ones that
laser. You can do laser surgery on it. It's very easy with an advanced dermatologist. Can
and
use
then
it.
You were saying take
then
the
you won't
Vein-Away.
get then Vein-Away and these other things, Collagen Max, ellagic acid.
To make sure they don't reoccur.
Exactly. Or develop, extend. So the combination of a little laser to kind of clean up the current mass and prevent new ones from developing. Stay on your high dose
When we
Vein-Away.
come back, I'll get into the questions here with Rick.
If you owe $10,000 or more to the IRS or state in back taxes, you know they'll never stop coming after you. With bank levies, wage garnishments, they'll even seize your home or business. The good news? A government program for tax debt forgiveness. It's called the Fresh Start Initiative.
I'm Paul Sibley with U.S. Tax Shield. We can help navigate the new laws, get you protected, and resolve your tax issues permanently.
Call the experts at U.S. Tax Shield now for your free consultation and get a guaranteed quote to resolve your case. Call 800-436-6451. That's 800-436-6451.
From the makers of Block It Pocket, we bring you a serious message about the health risks associated with cell phones and wireless devices. Studies have shown that long-term exposure can contribute to an assortment of health risks. Block It Pocket offers you 2 new products designed to help alleviate your concerns. See these 2 remarkable products at blockitpocket.com. Call 888-315-9618. Free shipping to the lower 48. Blockitpocket.com. Enhancing health and privacy.
The IRS is a private corporation, not a government agency. Income tax is collected by voluntary compliance. To learn to unvolunteer or discontinue volunteering into the IRS, visit escapeharassment.com and immediately implement Strategy 1. The process must be repeated each and every time. Paper, letter, envelope, presentment, etc. Always and forever. Failure equates to acceptance, subsequent resultant contract, and you pay or go to jail by your own consent and agreement contract. Avoid recontracting. Visit escapeharassment.com and implement Strategy 1 immediately. Bar lawyers and accountants won't help you. Why wait? Get Strategy 1 and immediately implement it to divorce the IRS today and forever. That's escapeharassment.com Strategy 1 to be free from the IRS. Escapeharassment.com.
For over 5 years, you've been hearing about the Berkey Guy, so you may know a few things about him. For example, you are well aware of the superior quality and effectiveness of Berkey water filters and accessories. But did you know the Berkeys have had independent lab tests done to prove just how effective they are? It's true, and he can email you the test results. Just visit goberkey.com. You may also know that the Berkey Guy has helped tens of thousands of people get better prepared. Now here's something you may not know. GoBerkey.com has amazing specials and deals all the time on a wide variety of survival and preparedness products. Most ready to ship same day. Visit the Berkey Guy at GoBerkey.com and be sure to click the red Products on Sale Now button. You can always call toll-free 877-886-3653. Again, that's 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com, home of the Berkey Guy.
You pick up the receiver with your heart racing and sweat dripping from your forehead. You finally muster the courage to dial the number to call into your favorite talk radio show. It rings once, twice, and then...
Hello, it's GCN. What's your name and the state you're calling from?
Surprised you got through, you squeak out.
Jason from Minnesota.
Please hold.
As you patiently wait for your turn, you begin to daydream about being a famous talk radio host and what it would be like to have your own show.
Jason from Minnesota, you're up.
Millions of loyal listeners worldwide waiting to call and talk to you.
Caller, are you there?
Cheering crowds surround you, calling out your name.
Jason! Jason! Going once, twice. Okay, we gotta move on to the next caller.
You blew it.
Huh? Wait, no!
Interact with the host you're listening to right now, online at GCNlive.com. Click on the community link. Engage with other listeners. Ask questions. Start debates. Don't agree with the host? Let them know. Be a part of the community at GCNlive.com. Independently leading the way for the nation. Compelling talk for every political persuasion. We are GCN.
What a beautiful world this will be. What a glorious time to be free. What a beautiful world this will be. What a glorious time to be free. What a beautiful world this will be.
And welcome back, Michelle. You have lots more questions. Hopefully they'll change your life and your health. And as I say, we're here for you to help you physically and spiritually to get well and to get prepped up in every way.
Rick, in an email, hello, Dr. DEAGLE. I'm 65 years old and have a history of asthma and have been on medications for a while. I also get plugged ears when I have a change in altitude, in a plane or even a trip to the mountains. At this time, my chest is congested and my right ear is plugged with about 50% hearing. I went to the doctor and he said he thought that my ear might have fungus in it, so he gave me an antibiotic drop and acidic acid drops to help clear it up. My chest is getting better, but the ear really bugs me. Do you have any suggestions?
Yeah, we have multiple things. First off, asthma is a release of leukotriene B4 and D4 caused by chronic mycobacterial and fungal infection and nanobacteria in the airways, and the basket cells, and particularly of the bronchi and the respiratory bronchioles. Mm-hmm. So it's a chronic infection. Also, there's been proof now immunologically of what's called rhinovirus subclass 3. That's a chronic rhinovirus infection that certain individuals will trigger off a chronic cytokine increase of leukotrienes and B4, D4. Mm-hmm. When you have somebody that has upper airways problems, they're almost universally have sinorhinitis and chronic fungal mycobacteria. I call it pathogen soup. Mm-hmm. So we need to get a Sinupulse Elite and irrigate with Nutridyne 4 times a day with a Sinuair powder. I recommend they take orally 10 to 20 drops of Nutridyne 3 to 4 times a day, Allison Med 3 times a day, a capsule, and Silver 100 one spray per 10 pounds body weight orally, and also get the vertical nasal spray, taking 3 or 4 sprays in each nostril 4 times a day. For the external ears, I'd recommend the most powerful thing for that would be a tincture of the Nutridyne. I'd recommend dropping it in a dilution of 1 to 5 and then spray it or drop it in your external ear 4 times a day. It's the most powerful. The next is, and less irritating, is Silver 100. You can take the Silver 100 drops to the ear. I'd say 3 or 4 drops 4 times a day to the external ear is helpful. But the most powerful of all is, of course, the Nutridyne, and orally Allison Med. To stop the allergies, I recommend Allergon and Allerblock, and high-dose Power C with full vitamin K2, and it'll stop the cytokines. And NutriImmune capsules will help to rebalance your immune system and to turn off the inflammatory production of peroxides in your lungs. NutriDefense and Cell Detox Glutathione.
Next, Bill, is David from France. He says, hello, Bill DEAGLE. I would just like to say that I was totally blown away by several of your talks. In the last 10 years, on and off, I have been suffering from bouts of very alarming vertigo. These have come and gone, but recently they seem to have become more severe, where I need to take Tangenil and beta-histine or something every day to prevent these attacks from occurring. I've continual hissing in my ears and pretty constant lightheadedness, which concerns me a great deal. I no longer drink alcohol, tea, or coffee. I became aware I was suffering from a lack of magnesium, muscle cramps, twitching, joint aches, panic attacks as well, he says. A specialist in Bordeaux, I live in France, has prescribed me a glycerin preparation in order to remove salt from my inner ear. I feel at a complete loss as to where to go next. Even the specialist told me that they don't really know what causes this. I'm 67 years old, generally always been in good health and reasonably fit.
Yeah, I can tell exactly what's wrong. If you actually get a vertigo balance test, and a vestibular balance test, and it's what's optokinetic analysis of your visual and auditory canals, there's hypertension of the endolymph in the middle ear that causes it. And there's 3 semicircular canals. If the canals have inflammation, then what happens is send the incorrect signal, so your brain is sending a wrong signal about balance. You can have that test done at a major university, in our university hospitals that have a vestibular lab. That's what it needs to go to next. You can actually identify abnormalities if you do an MRI scan with specific weighting to look at the petrous temporal bone and the area to see there's inflammation there. And if you do a positron emission tomography scan, you'll actually see where the inflammation, which particular canal is involved with a PET scan. In terms of the treatment, is real straightforward. Number one, it's a stealth infection with viruses, mycobacteria, and fungi. They get in the middle ear, and you need to take, again, the antipathogenics I just mentioned. Nutridyne, Alcimed, Silver 100, and immunoglobulins, and NutriDefense. Then you have to repair the phospholipids because there's damage to the hair cells in the middle ear balance mechanism. And there you want to use Neurogen, Nutrifos, Omega Supreme Krill, because the krill oil astaxanthin is very helpful to turn it off, elagic acid to repair the DNA, and Malignoblock, and high-dose Power C, full vitamin K2, probably at least 18 grams a day equivalent Power C, and the one for every 3 Power C, 1 full vitamin K2. And as you start to repair the middle ear balance, the most important anti-inflammatory is NutriDefense, 2 capsules 3 times a day. And once you reduce the free radicals with that, and cell detox, glutathione, Nutritrel, and Regenerex, you stop the free radicals, repair the phospholipids, get rid of the pathogens, and stop the inflammatory changes to the hair cells, so you get less hair cell damage in the middle ear balance mechanism, and the endolymph hypertension settles. So that's the basic process that you go through. And if you want to do advanced investigations, first step is to get an ENT referral to a major university. There are only a few of them, say, in the United States. The top vestibular lab was at our hospital, at the Swedish Hospital Medical Center in Denver.
In France.
Yeah, they'll have them there.
They probably have something.
They have, yeah. They'll have them, but you have to ask an ENT to refer you to a special vestibular lab to identify what's going on.
Albert from Chula Vista here in California.
Yeah.
This is Albert. I am writing concerning my daughter. She is 33 and healthy up until now. She called to see if I could help her. She is suffering severe lower left pains near her ovaries and is at a loss as to what it could be. She has been to the doctors twice with complaints of pain, nausea, and sweating during the bouts of pain. They examined her and she is free of tumors. She does have some calcification on the right ovary. CAT scan and blood tests were negative for cancer. Could you search your memory banks for anything that might help ID the problem? Thank you and your wife Michelle for all that you do.
Yeah, if you don't have ovarian disease and ultrasound and other things, the most common thing is diverticulosis, even in young people, where you get an outpoaching of the weakness of the bowel where the blood vessel enters, and you get a diverticular inflammation. The other is just sigmoid spasm, where a spasm of the colon will cause severe pain. So most likely sigmoid spasm and or diverticulosis. And what you do there is you want to use GastroHeal to heal stem to stern, the gut wall, immunoglobulins, NutriImmune, recolonize with Living Probiotic Ultra, stop the spasm with IBS Care, which stimulates the myenteric plexus to get normalization of the peristaltic waves, and use Colon Cleanse to cleanse the lower bowel and make sure you stay away from GMO food allergens, which you can do a test at it's called directlabs.com, order the IgG food test and avoid those foods. and stay away from gluten-containing foods. So gluten-free, GMO-free, and allergen-free to IgG. The IgE ones are obvious. You just don't ever have them. But IgG, you have to at least eliminate them or rotate them so you only have minimal amounts every 8 days.
Russ from New Hampshire. Hi, Michelle. This is your good repeat customer and enthusiastic listener, Russ. I have 3 questions. Number 1, how can I order Bill's new book, Dr. You? Well, it's not done yet. Is there going to be an electronic and a hard copy? Yes, that's the answer to that.
Yeah, we'll have an e-version and ring bound. And, of course, there'll be a new edition each year. Will coming out next year, 2016, 2017.
And then secondly, the passwords. I sent those to him. Does Dr. Bill reach out to link up with customers on LinkedIn? I accepted his invite, but then I wondered if it was really him.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was me. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we have all our social media. In fact, our new daughter-in-law actually handles a lot of our other social media. I'm going to hand over once her baby gets a little bit bigger because it's her new little granddaughter.
It's baby time.
She'll handle LinkedIn as well. She does this Facebook, Twitter, and another social media.
Yeah, she's busy with baby.
Yeah.
Baby Matilda. Dave from Maryland, thanks. Hopefully you weren't too flooded with too good to be true orders, but I'm pleased with this weekend's discount on AliMed 3-pack. I got my order in. And he says, I hear Bill on rents, and we were glad that Jeff is still around for future visits.
Yeah.
Did you how is Jeff doing?
He's doing well. I've sent him some special gifts of some special supplements that's helping him recover.
Wonderful.
And I offered him more, but he's, it's like a lot of people, I'm doing okay now. And
He opens the capsules. He's doing
He's
well.
opening the capsules and making them in a drink, and it's helping him recover. Yeah. So, and of course, I'm over there on Thursday evenings and for his regular show interviews, and everything's going along great. And our prayers are for Jeff to get full recovery. And welcome back. And Michelle, you have some questions. I'm in the batter cage. And
I'll fire a few quick ones at you here. John from Texas, can I use Silver 100 on my dog's eyelid? He
absolutely.
has a pimple on it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, silver is the most non-toxic. It's part of our eye protocol. Anybody with open-angle glaucoma, like that has, let's say, diabetes or another condition, has their canals of Schlemm jammed up with mycobacteria, which is a cousin of TB. Everybody that's pre-diabetic is loaded to the gunnels with mycobacteria from stem to stern in pretty well every body compartment.
Mary from Cape Town, South Africa. I happened to come across your article on induction hobs and was horrified because I have just installed an induction geyser into my apartment at great expense.
Okay, I don't have an article on induction hobs. I don't know where they this.
How
they must be confused.
On our website. Remember on our website when we talked about it when we got rid of the induction stove in the kitchen?
Oh, we talked about the induction hobs.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, that's back a couple of years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. How safe will it be to bathe in the water that's been heated from the induction?
Well, the problem with structured water that's affected by scalar radiation carries scalar radiation signals into your body. So don't.
Yeah. So she says, will the magnetic field affect the person sleeping in that room?
Yes.
They're in the same room with
you. Oh, yeah. It's very powerful. It'll carry, actually, if you take one of our radiation detectors that we have on less EMF, and by the way, Emil will be back on an hour or two today, it's very easy for you to monitor whether you're getting, we call scalar radiation in the low or medium frequency ranges that causes scalar inductive damage, or we call entrainment of the human body tissues.
She says, is there anything she can do to make it safer, like a shield or something?
Remove it. There's no way to make it safer. You can't shield yourself. The amount of radiation there you'd have to shield around there would be making it impossible for you to cook.
Okay.
You have to remove it.
Troy?
A regular stove, which was what we went back to, with the ceramic top, is what you want. Induction is all extremely dangerous.
Now, this is a heater, a geyser. It's actually heats the water. It's a water heater by induction.
Right, yeah. And it's what that does is it actually is creating structured water that's damaging. Just like if you take microwave water and you feed it to a plant, it'll kill the plant.
She says, I had no idea what seemed like a good idea to save electricity. Costs are extremely high in South Africa.
What I do is get a solar heater, roof heater, and it boosts your temperature up so it's partially there. So then when you have to heat it from that point onward to boiling or whatever, it costs very little electricity. So the best thing to get is get a roof water inductive coil system. And you can even have a homemade one. You can go online and build a homemade one. That's what I would recommend. And then we have one for our pool, for example, and it's a good idea. Go ahead.
Troy from Minnesota. This is Troy. I injured my back at least 7 months ago at work. I think it's my lower back because I have numbness in my left butt area, he says, down the left leg. No feeling in left thigh on the side and left foot pain, swelling, and numbness. His chiropractor hasn't helped. IMO, that's off work because they want him to get an injection, cortisone.
Okay, well, the first thing to do is go online and go to nervepathology.com and contact Dr. Hedgecock, and there are doctors we've trained all across the country and outside the country on the Axon 2 nerve scan for A delta and C fibers. It'll localize the problem. The next test to do is to do if the Axon 2 scan is positive, and we want to do an MRI scan, if you think there really is a nerve entrapment, which will show up on the Axon 2 scan, I don't recommend steroid injection unless you absolutely have a swollen nerve, dural nerve sleeve that'll show up on that scan. The most important attraction is called the DXR 9000, which a lot of chiropractors and osteopaths and physiatrists have, called DXR detraction device, and you may require deep tissue massage to break up the adhesions. But the nutraceuticals that are important are Inflamex 3 to 5, 2 to 3 times a day, right? Neurogen and Nutrifos to heal the nerve sleeve of the nerve that's been damaged, and also the use of cell defense and NutriDefense to help stop the inflammation and healing of the nerve.
Because he says here he does get some relief on the recliner.
Right. Yeah. What I would do is on the area I get a micropulse device and lumen photon. Put the lumen over your buttock.
He's got the lumen photon.
Right. You want to put the lumen and you want to put it on setting number 7 for your buttock. Don't put it on Nico because it actually will stimulate the early phase of healing is inflammation.
Well, maybe this is it. He says, when I put the lumen photon on my lower back, it amplifies all my symptoms.
Right. So that's because it's causing the early phase of healing is inflammation. So you want to put in setting 7 only, and I would additionally get a micropulse. Leave the micropulse on all the time over the buttock at a moderate to higher setting, and it'll start to cut down the inflammation. And of course, Inflamex is very important, 3 to 5, and cell defense, NutriDefense, Nutrifos, and Neurogen to heal the nerve sleeve that's been damaged because they're usually entrapped, and the Inflamex will help break up the adhesions along with deep tissue massage by a massage therapist. So chiropractic can only try to pop the rib heads and the facet joints. If it's really inflamed, then you've got to use natural anti-inflammatories. Don't use a non-steroidal, or don't resort to a steroid unless you have proof of nerve entrapment.
Jeffrey, in an email, hello, Dr. DEAGLE. I heard you describe the process of having blood screened on rents. I believe the process was that I attain the sample at a local clinic, send it to you, and wait for the results.
No. Here's the process. If you want to know what tests to do, you request a consult. You fill in the consult form. It's on the front page under Associates. Then I will give you a specific review of your health and medical records and decide what tests are appropriate. You go to directlabs.com and you can order the test kits yourself.
He wants to know how much do they cost.
It depends on what you're doing. For example, if you have a cardio-ion panel, which is for someone with really serious risk of heart disease, stroke, etc., it's about $1,000 for the test. Ordinarily, if I was going through me, it would be around $2,500, but I don't charge a cent. They go directly. And other simple tests like the 22 mineral test is like, maybe $150 to look at your heavy metals and your minerals in your red blood cells. If you're looking at a CDSA2, it's about, again, $150 to look at a comprehensive digestive stool analysis with DNA probes and cultures and all the fancy stuff. It's more advanced than LabCorp or Quest Labs. So it depends on what tests you're ordering, but they don't go to me. They go directly to Direct Labs. You can go to a LabQuest or a Quest Labs, LabCorp or Quest Labs, or you can have a mobile tech in your city or town. If you go and Google and find a mobile blood tech, they can take it and then send it off by FedEx directly to Atlanta or Chicago, whichever labs through Direct Labs you select to do, because there's about a dozen labs there now.
Adeline from London, England. My husband, Mark, frequently listens to your podcasts and places regular orders with you. He suggested I contact you. I have had chronic pain for the last 6 months. I have also been the sort of person that carries stress in their body rather than manifesting symptoms. I regularly get pains in my wrist and rotator cuff muscle if I use a PC, mouse, and keyboard often. However, since November, I've been in a great deal of pain, and it's really impinging on my life as it's affecting my mood and ability to take part in sports, which I love. I saw a chiropractor for 12 sessions at great expense and quite a bit of discomfort, and it didn't help much, she said.
Right.
More recently, I've been seeing another chiropractor. It said she's starting to get osteoporosis in my lower back.
Okay, the first thing that she needs is Tendon Mender, Collagen Max, for the interfascial entrapments, which is probably in the intercarpal ligaments of a wrist causing the most problems. The shoulder again, tendon mender and collagen max and Inflamex.
This is what she says here, Bill. It's worse in the morning, where I cannot bend over without additional support. Putting my own socks on is impossible. After about an hour of moving around, the pain dissipates and I can function almost normally.
Yeah, that's typical of people that have what's called tenosynovitis. Tendon sheath inflammation increases during the night when you move. You start to get irritation of the nerve fibers, and the pain threshold is it's much easier to cause pain early in the morning until you move around. That's typical of people who have tenosynovitis, so it includes nerve entrapment in the wrist, like carpal tunnel syndrome.
She's only 40 years old, too.
Yeah, it can happen at any time, and it's bothered by repetitive motion, but it's not the cause, because you have other people with repetitive activity and they don't get it. It's the tenocytes start to swell the tendon sheath of the shoulder or the wrist or whatever, and you can get entrapments. And there's 18 entrapment points before you hit the motor end plate in your, say, for your median nerve from your spinal nerve in your brain. So anywhere they can be trapped around bones and nerves, and, muscles and so on, and interfascial between the different fascial planes. So what you want to start off with those three things: tendon mender, collagen max, Inflamex. Topically apply curcumin cream, and I would not do it with a chiropractic. I do massage and what's called nerve glide exercises. And the massage therapist or occupational hand therapist can show her some nerve glide exercises. The chiropractic is only to manipulate joints, and the joints are always mastered by the muscles. So if the things are inflamed, your muscle firing pattern is going to pop the joint back out again, and the chiropractic will be chasing it. In other words, it's not going to fix it.
Well, may I say this? It's been a pleasure being here on a Thursday, and I guess I'm off. It is my weekend. I'm not yours, though, so God bless you. Have a good weekend starting tomorrow on May the 29th.
Yeah.
And Bill, enjoy the rest of your afternoon here.
And tomorrow, first hour, we're going to have Richard Allen Miller here, first visits, and we've got some new guests coming on the show, and should be entertaining, informative.
Who's on next?
We're going to do a series of cameos because Ryan's not here on all kinds of different...
Can people call in?
Anybody can call in any hour except the first hour today or usually on Friday.